Hello everyone, I am Charlie Martinez, aka Old Man Charles underscore X34 here with you with another video. But today I'll be reviewing a movie called Jane Wants a Boyfriend. As many of you know, on my Instagram stories I shared to ask if whether or not you guys want to hear movie or TV show reviews based on autism movies or shows. And today I'll be doing a bit of a review on the movie Jane Wants a Boyfriend, which is about a woman on the spectrum that's trying to pursue independence and her own life and a romantic relationship with individuals that are not on the spectrum. At the same time, she goes through navigating her way through trying to make these social relationships with people and being able to interact with others that may not meet her criteria of pursuit or personality trait. But overall, what I really admire about the movie Jane Wants a Boyfriend is kind of like how they incorporate how hard it is to make connections with individuals that are not on the spectrum. Because realistically, yes, people on the spectrum can date individuals that are not on the spectrum. And to me, it's like just because you get along with someone else that's on the spectrum doesn't necessarily mean you want to date others on the spectrum. You have to have a wide range of people you could date. And I feel like autism shouldn't be able to hold any of us back towards how we pursue love and how we pursue relationships because sometimes it's really hard to make these connections with people on the spectrum. And what I really admire about the movie Jane Wants a Boyfriend is the direction it takes with having someone on the spectrum wanting to seek independence from their relative or their sister in the movie. As if any of you seen the movie already, it's a really great film that I would recommend. But just for the record, it might not represent every female on the spectrum, and I would really like your thoughts about the portrayal of the actress of that portrayed the autistic main actress in the movie. And it would mean a lot to hear y'all feedback on the movie because sometimes not all films or shows get the accurate representation on people on the spectrum. And honestly, to me, it feels like sometimes films and TV shows depict one version of autism because autism is a spectrum itself because it comes with a variety of ways of how it can affect people socially, with how you interact and make these connections with people in your daily life, especially with trying to make friends or even develop a romantic relationship. It makes it much more complicated because you're trying to pick up these signals and you're trying to be understand why people are upset at you when you say certain things. And it's like you're here in this bubble and you're like, what did I say? And it's like one of those things where this movie represents a way of how it displays what it's like for someone on the spectrum to navigate themselves with trying to get independence, gain their own life, and sometimes not all people on the spectrum require relatives to rely on in real life, but sometimes there's people on the spectrum that do rely on individuals and family members to take care of them, look after them, and sometimes it's by choice, and sometimes they need an extra hand, and there's nothing wrong with that. In everyone's own way, we people on the spectrum need their own sort of way of help that helps them ease up or have a better social environment, whether that means living out in the woods or being able to feel comfortable with living among people you feel comfortable with in your daily life. Just know that this movie heads in the right direction towards how people in the spectrum try to navigate through their way to get independence. And like I said, I don't speak for everyone that's on the spectrum. Everyone could have a different way of experiencing autism or how they went through it. You could be very independent on the spectrum yourself. And I've known a lot of people on the spectrum that have gotten jobs as scientists, firemen, nurses. There's a variety of things people on the spectrum can do that we shouldn't limit ourselves based on what society or what these stereotypes say that we can I cannot do. We build our own future and we can do whatever we set our minds to, and we could turn our special interest into a career if you choose. And never let anyone put you down, and never allow anyone to say that your special interest isn't doesn't matter because it does. Because one day that special interest could become something more and more, and you could eventually be successful at it. Whether you're into astrology, music, movies, dancing, working out, whatever is your special interest, I want to hear it loud and clear, and just let the world know. And whether or not they don't want to listen, that's on them. And just know that no matter what, you gotta be the best you as you can be because there's no one's greater than you. That's all I gotta say for today, and I really hope that this little TED, I wouldn't call this a TED Talk, but I would just like to say that it was nice talking to all of you, and I hope you have a good day and night wherever you are in the world, and ciao.